Hi folks, it's Stephen Webb Lives Livingston here. I just wanted to send a thanks to everyone on Twitter and elsewhere who sent various messages, help, advice, offerings, givings, and etc. Much appreciated. It's been quite a unusual 12 hours since it all happened. 24 hours, sorry. I don't really know what to say about the whole thing. Sitting having some lunch. I was sitting having dinner with the kids. I just fed them their tea, and I was reading a book, just finished reading the book to them. I was reading the book chapter to them. We stood up, we could smell some smoke, so we ran out only to and saw some smoke coming through the door. That's not nice. I had to go and buy some coffee because the kettle's covered in soot. It hasn't been well made. So I looked at the door and I could see smoke coming in. So I thought, that's not usual. That's not normal. Opened the door and you could see 3 or 4 feet max. It was just a wall of. It was like the worst fog you can imagine. So I grabbed my son, he's 5, and my wife grabbed my daughter, who was 2. She was still in her chair, so we had to unstrap her, and that caused a bit of commotion, as you would imagine. And I took the kids extremely quickly downstairs. My son said he thought he was skiing down the stairs, so I took them down, and Loretta, my wife, came 2 minutes after me, and we went out into the street. What happened was my son ran in front of me. Well, I had his hands till we got to the edge of the door, and I says, run out. He took me quite literally, so he turned left and started running. He was only in his socks, which I later found out. He started running and didn't stop running and didn't stop running and didn't stop running. And my wife said, where's Javier? And I says, I don't know. Like, I knew roughly where he was. I didn't realise that he hadn't stopped running. And we shouted to him. I says, where are you going? And he says, I'm running to Glasgow Airport to get a plane to go to Chile to see Tata and Lela. Tata and Lela means grandmother, grandfather in Chile. So he was planning to. I'm not sure how quickly he thought this fire was going to spread, and indeed how large it may spread. But that's where he was going. So we got the kids into the neighbours. After we got the kids into the neighbours, extremely. I say it sounds as if this happened over 5 minutes. This happened probably within 30 seconds. Got the kids into the neighbours. What did we do after that? Then I phoned the police and told the people next door, come back. There was a guy who was looking in the house, and we basically we couldn't figure out whether the lady upstairs was in or not, because she's away an awful lot of the time, so we weren't sure whether she'd been or not. So we decided to kind of shout on her. Couldn't hear anything, and then suddenly, as we were starting to not, turn back almost, because it was extremely difficult to see. We heard a voice saying, I don't know, hello or something. Doesn't sound exactly like that. So we heard that voice and thought, well, she's obviously still in there. Went up to get her. She took a couple of minutes getting ready because she was unfortunately in a bath, or just going for a bath. She didn't have a hearing aid on, so she couldn't hear either. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, rather more fortunately, we took her and we moved downstairs with her quite quickly. Not quite skiing downstairs, but it was close. We had our mouths covered, the 2 of us, as we were taking her down. Got her back in, and the rest is history. The amount of smoke was unbelievable. They often say that what kills a lot of people in these things is not the fire, and people probably know this, but it's not the fire, it's the smoke, which is more concerning because the amount of smoke was unbelievable. It turns out the fire was burning through a whole bunch of boxes and cardboard and things like that were there, so the fire was it was just burning smoke constantly. Took them a little while and pulled the old guy from downstairs out. I'm not sure, he's not a great way at the moment, is all to say. And what else happened? I can't quite remember. We took, yeah, I went in just to check on the kids to make sure they were okay. They were a bit shaken. Well, my son was a bit shaken. I think my daughter thought it was it was Christmas because of the fire engines outside and all the lights. I think she thought Santa Claus had come. She's only 2, so she wouldn't quite grasp the seriousness of what had happened. So yep, that's it in a nut. How long I've been talking for? I don't even know. What day is it? So at the moment the house is disgusting. If you could somehow get the smell on these webcams, you would notice. I had to hang around because I had to give statements, etc. But the dust, I don't know. You're not going to see it on here, but oops, certainly not if it pans down there. You're not going to notice. There is dust. It's this kind of black dust that's coming off. There's parts around here where the windows are, the bits of black. This is further away from where it all came from, so the bedrooms, etc. are covered in soot. So yeah, exciting start to 2009, and I made TechCrunch for all the wrong reasons. But just in case anyone's asking, someone did ask. I did not Twitter in the fire. We obviously get the kids out, got the lady out. It was while I was watching it all happening, almost immediately after that's the point when I tweeted. So it was maybe 90 seconds or 2 minutes maybe after it all happened that I sent out a tweet. I don't know why. I just guess I was hanging around. There was not an awful lot that I could do after that, so it was a matter of doing something, and that's what I chose to do. So the kids were safe, wife was safe, everyone was fine, so I was just a matter of waiting for the fire brigade. Anyway, I've babbled on enough. Thanks for all the messages of support and offerings of office space and house space and my space, just an awful lot of spaces, and just general things. I guess that's time to sign out and see you on Twitter. Cheers.